Well, here I am. Obviously, I'm not ready. I don't know if anybody's here but Bumblebee. Oh, Bumblebee, did you find me? Ah, yes, they're announcing me now. I see. Ah, hi, Jane. Randy's here. Oh my. Uh, Let me see. Okay, Bumblebee's on her laptop. I don't know if she can talk or not, but I can't lie. I completely forgot tonight. My mind is going. What can I say? Hi, Diane. Oh, I was all stretched out on the couch watching a movie when Bumblebee texted me and said, "Where am I?" Yeah, I'm so sorry. My mind is going. Uh, yeah, but it's slowly going. I did a ship with me video this morning, though, and I have one to do tomorrow morning. So far, it's just one thing. There is Bumblebee. Thank you, Bumblebee, for practically waking me up. I wasn't sleeping. I was stretched out on the couch, though, watching a movie. Uh, Jane, Diane, everybody's here. Everybody was here but me. I'm so sorry. You know, I am 83. I'll use that as an excuse. Uh, uh, yeah, I think I did too much today. Samantha came over. She's the girl that helped me. By the way, this is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog. And I'm usually here at 7 o'clock on Thursdays as one of my live videos, but evidently my mind just went to pot today. Samantha came today. She came yesterday too, but yesterday she came to clean. And today she came that I had to go do some grocery shopping and just some, running around a little bit. So once a week or every other week, she comes and helps me usually grocery shop. But I had ordered a big order from Walmart actually yesterday. So the only things I had to get today at the grocery store, they were just a few things. So then we got to go to Hobby Lobby, which was fun again. Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, I have no big excuse. I'm just, yeah, I just actually forgot. It never entered my mind until you texted me. That's pretty bad. I'm going to have to put Alexa on it. She reminds me about everything else. So evidently she's going to have to do it for this too. The time change. I don't even think I can blame it on the time change. The time change is what it's doing to me is it's getting dark earlier and I sort of want to just, hibernate earlier, of course. And now it's gonna get cold in the next few days. It's been nice the last few days. Uh, yeah. My cat's already down here meowing at me because it's already 7:30 and she eats at 8. So she'll be here next to me probably this whole time. What is the 2 squares on the screen? What 2 squares? Uh, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Are they 2 squares that are different than usual? Because I don't see the screen looks the same to me. Unless you're talking about something in back of me in my room. Oh, nobody else sees them either. Uh, no, I don't see them. Diane doesn't see them either. I think it's you, Jane. I think it's your screen. Okay, you're gonna go out and come back. Yeah, it was only her. She's gonna try again. Uh, so we went to my favorite little grocery store I used to go to all the time called Bueller's because I could not find cornmeal anywhere as far as ordering it. Walmart didn't even have it. So I had to go to Bueller's, who I know a regular grocery store would have it, but Aldi doesn't have it. And I can't believe, why wouldn't Walmart have cornmeal? I want to bake some good Southern cornmeal bread. I mean, I'm pretty sick of Jiffy's cornmeal muffins and bread. They're so dry, so I want to do it with the regular eggs and buttermilk and the whole thing. I know it's strange, but Bueller's had it. My regular grocery store had it. They had plenty of it. I don't think there's a shortage on cornmeal. It was just strange. I know I didn't it didn't surprise me that Aldi didn't have it because they just have sugar and flour. That's it as far as baking goes, and spices and things. But they've never had cornmeal meal there. Jane's back and all is okay. Okay, that's good. You had a glitch. Yeah. You have to wait, kitty. I have been watching some very old movies. I don't know what to watch anymore. I've seen a lot of the movies that's on YouTube. So I've been watching these old they call them Western movies. They're not really Western. They're more homesteading movies a way long time ago in the 1800s. Those old movies about the covered wagons. Yeah, most of them are pretty bad, but I have found a couple good ones. I don't even think they have names. You volunteered today and tired. Yeah. Uh, yeah, I think the old movies are the best too. I watched all the Jesse Stone, Tom Selleck movies that are on YouTube that you don't have to pay for. I like his old movies too. You get tired at 71. I started really getting tired at 80. I mean, I was tired in my 70s, but not this tired. This is a different kind of tired that I think it has to do with my back, though. I think my back gets tired. It makes my hips tired. It makes walking a chore, and then I really get tired. Oh, you were moving furniture. Well, yeah. Why does a chicken coop have only 2 doors? Uh, I don't know, Bumblebee. Why? Why does a chicken coop have only 2 doors? You've been watching Old Western too for a while. After a while, you get just sick of these new movies that you have to like edit before you watch them. Bumblebee, is this a joke or are you really asking? Did you see too many chicken coops on the Western movies? Uh, they're not big enough to have more than 2 doors. A person door and a little chicken door. We wanna know why. Why does a chicken coop only have 2 doors? We give up, Bumblebee. Mm. Was this a joke you heard on a Western movie? Because if it had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan. Oh, dear. I think I heard that years ago. I think I heard now that you said it, it sounds a little familiar. That's a good one. Oh, because if it had 4 doors, it would be a chicken sedan. That didn't even come to coupe didn't even come to mind as far as a car. Uh, Jane says, "Yes, is a different kind of tired." Yeah, it's not a sleepy tired. No, it's an old body tired. It's what it is. That's a Mr. Bumblebee joke. Yeah. Uh, That's a good one. Oh, girly. Let's see. What did I buy? I had to buy another skein of yarn for my hat because my hat is taking more yarn than I thought it would. This will be my 4th hat. Not that I made this year. I only made one other this year. I made 2 last year. I don't know why think I need so many hats. I get cold in the winter. Uh, but this one is with more of a big jumbo yarn. It's going to be real soft, but it's very stretchy. I hope it's not going to be too big. But it's taking up more yarn than I thought. What's the difference between a coupe and a sedan? Well, one has a coupe evidently has two doors, and a sedan has 4 doors. That's what they used to call old time cars. Coupes and sedans. No, we don't call them coupes anymore. Mm. You very seldom even see two-door cars anymore, except for sport cars. They basically all have 4 doors, right? All the ones I've had do. Mhm. I don't remember ever owning a two-door car, come to think of it. Yeah, so, what else did I get? After we left the yarn department in Hobby Lobby, we went to the art department, and I bought another brush, and I bought what'd I buy? I was gonna buy some watercolor pencils, but, I'm just learning to watercolor. I shouldn't go off onto other tangents. I'm just, learning fiddling around with watercolor. I really like it. You can work on I have one little tiny landscape. It's only like 7 by 10. I've been working on little by little for days. Then I go off on another pad and work on practicing leaves and flower petals and how brushes work, you know, that kind of thing. And what paint does when you put wet on wet paint and wet on damp and wet on dry, it's all different with watercolor. The difference is the amount of doors, right? I have a Chrysler Voyager that has 3 rows of seats that fold into the frame. Wow, that's a big car. Uh, that's probably big enough to live in if you take some of those seats out. Yes, I did my my little ship with me video very early this morning, like 8:30, because I wanted to have it all done before Samantha came, but I still didn't get it published before then. It didn't get published till I got home. That's why it was on later. They're only short, tiny little videos, like they're usually between 3 and 6 minutes. Little tiny videos. I live in a senior living facility and tote a lot of people around. I bet you do. Yes. Ah, that would be handy for that. Yes. When you were a kid, your parents had a two-door. You know, I can remember getting into a two-door where you have to, swing the seat forward and get in. So probably my parents did too at one time. But myself, I've never owned a two-door. Now that may not be true. Come to think of it, Jack bought me, this is when we were going together. My car died. I had an old Pontiac that it was huge. It was a huge old brown, ugly Pontiac. The brakes hardly worked on it. It was a dangerous car. And he told me I couldn't drive it anymore. He was a policeman. He says, "Yeah, that's terrible. You can't drive that anymore." And a few days later, this white Thunderbird arrived in my driveway. Now, it was an old used Thunderbird, but I think that one had two doors. It had it was the Thunderbird that had the sports car that had the big Thunderbird stencil drawing on the hood of the car. I had it for a short while. I don't remember much about it, to tell you the truth. I got to drive it a while. Maybe he was just leasing it for me. I don't remember much since I got hit in the head with a golf ball. I'm telling you, my memory is horrible. But I do remember having that car. I think I have a picture of it someplace. Yeah. I put a stuff into it. Yeah, that would be a great thrifting car. Station wagons. I remember when they came out too. Entirely different than they look now. They don't even call them station wagons anymore. Yeah, you hear the kitty. She's right here. She's upset. I swear she can tell time. I can be in the other room watching TV, and all of a sudden it's 8 o'clock and she starts meowing. It's look at the clock again. It's 7:45. You have 15 more minutes. Yeah, you're not gonna starve to death. Don't feel sorry for her. She's had a little bit of food throughout the day, and she had some treats. about a half hour ago. So, yeah, I'm here. I'm just late. I It's not that I'm late. I completely forgot, Renee. I'm bad. Completely forgot, and Bumblebee texted me to search me out, or I wouldn't have been on tonight at all. I completely forgot. Uh, my cat isn't used to the time to set times to eat. It's just the two of us, and no, we always did too. This is new since she has to eat at certain times because of her insulin. So she eats at 8 in the morning and 8 at night. But she gets little things in between, I have to say, but not like meals. Because I can't stand the meowing at me all the time. She thinks she's going to starve to death in between that. And she's very persistent. And then I have a dog that doesn't care about eating at all. So I have one of each. Yeah, she didn't used to be like this when she had, because usually all the cats that I've had, and I've had a lot of cats, they were just free. They just, I had a container that fed food down, and they were just, had free eating, and they ate when they wanted to eat. But out of all those cats, I did have two that were turned diabetic then, because that's not the best, probably not the best way to feed, and kibbles is not the best kind of food to feed a cat. It has a lot of carbs, a lot of sugar in kibbles. But, to feed them canned cat food all the time, you can't just have it sitting out, you know. They're called SUVs now, right? You were worried about you, Renee. It's just my mind is going. No worries. Uh, this is my first cat. I've always been a dog person, but I live on the third floor and it's easier with a cat. Yeah. Yeah, cats are a whole different thing. They're altogether different than dogs. And they are different. They are easier to own. You're right. Your cat eats tuna, potted meat, and salmon. But that's all really good for the cat. Yes. No dry. Yeah. Yeah, they say dry kibbles, is not good. The vet will tell you that too. Yeah, no dry. I give maybe a pinch of dry once in a while because she was used to always having that. But I don't give her much. Hi, Sandy. Sandy Hill's here. Nice to see you here too. I almost wasn't here because I completely forgot about my weekly visit here. Evidently, I can only do one or two things at a time in a day. My mind it's just too much for my old mind. Yours eat all day. How do you have wet food out all day? Oh, you have dry food out, but they seldom eat it, Diane says. Yeah. Well, I'm lucky I came on and when you tuned in. You know, I had one of my Amazon deliveries came. That's another problem with it getting dark so fast. I got an Amazon delivery about 6:30 tonight. Scared me to death. The guy came up the driveway because everything gets put on my back deck. And the dog is barking at the door like crazy because this guy is shining a light on his face like a spooky man. I guess so we can see him and see who he is. I mean, that doesn't show who he is, just shows he's a guy with a flashlight under his face. And he's putting, I think he was trying to show the package. He's putting the package on the deck. I assumed that's who it was. And then I went to the other window and made sure it was like a truck, Amazon truck or something. And it was. And I saw him pull out, and then I went out on the deck, and it was an Amazon package. So, yeah, that's one problem about it getting dark so quick is when things are delivered late, it's kind of scary. My chickens are all gone. Sandy, I lost my last one, what, a couple weeks ago? Was it, girls? My white chicken Susie was the last one, and she died. She was about 9 years old. She's old. But she died of unknown causes. She just couldn't walk anymore. She wasn't egg bound and wasn't. She had she had molted, but it wasn't a hard molt. And then all of a sudden, she just got. I don't know. She just got weak, and I was giving her lots of protein and whatever she wanted to eat. But it's her time to go, I guess. Yeah. Renee says, I started questioning myself about my day of evening chats. I had convinced myself that it was Wednesday. Well, no, it was Thursday, but I completely forgot. I don't usually forget. I'm usually here at 7:00. I was just sort of a half hour late this time. Essie's trying to shine a light to say I'm not scary. It makes him scary, right? Yeah. Mm. Oh, Jane does wet food twice a day. Yeah, that's like I do. Yeah, thank you, Sandy. It was sad losing my last chicken because I really loved having chickens, and it's just too much work to start new ones. And yeah, and I was worried about going across the drive into the coop in the wintertime. So maybe this is why it was meant to be, beside the fact she was old as dirt. Uh, Yeah, Sandy, you're on Friday late morning. Do I know what your channel is? I could just be forgetting. Sandy, what is your channel? I'll probably know when I hear it. It's just not coming to me right now. Sandy. Well, I know it's not Bryland Farms. It's the only one I can think of as one. Oh, you're in Australia. Okay. You're the other one that's in Australia. You've been here before, I know. Because I have two people from Australia. You were one, and the other one has a beautiful long name that I'll never remember right now. You have a channel in Australia. Okay. Is it a YouTube channel? You're in Australia and I'm on Friday late morning, which I have no idea when that would be here. Probably now. Oh, just you. Okay. All right. Now. Yeah, yeah, Sandy's been here before, and I can't for the life of me think of the other girl that's here sometimes once in a while from Australia. No, you weren't. People call their I don't even know what you call when you have just I guess it's channel too. It's just not a YouTube channel. Yeah, I remember your name, and I'm looking to see if I have you on here. Did I start this after? Here's Australia. I didn't have your name down though. I just had someone from Australia. Now I can put your name, but I don't have the other person's name. Oh, darn, that's irritating. No, here you are, Sandy Hill. See right there? Sandy Hill, Australia. And the other person, I probably couldn't spell her name, and she's up here. Okay, see? I know you've been here before. Does the other person start with A? With an A? You know, I don't know. It's sort of a long and it's a beautiful sounding name. Almost musical. To me it was, anyway. How are your sales on eBay? They're horrible. I had one good day on Monday this week. Yeah, you remember when I was writing it down. Yeah. Yeah, sales are slow. I thought it was gonna pick up this week, but after that big day, I had a good day Monday and good day Tuesday, and then it just stopped Wednesday, I had nothing. And today I had 2 from the day before. It's always from the day before, and tomorrow I'm going on with 1 so far. You were talking to me about all the parrots in your garden. Oh, yeah. Mm. It must be wonderful living in a place that have all those types of beautiful big birds like that. I was thrilled in Florida when they have wild parakeets, little little parrots. Hoping the sales pick up. Everybody seems to be struggling at the moment. Yes. Uh, Everything is not good. Everything's bad here in the US right now, as far as I'm concerned. Uh, Groceries are high. It's just the whole economy stinks at the moment. Thank you very much. Mm, I gave you a sale, the eggshell pants going to Yaden. Riri. Hi, Riri. The eggshell colored pants. Was that last week? Yes, well, I didn't be the one to say it. Yeah. Well, yeah. You saw me packing them this week. Okay. Well, thank you, Riri. You should always put a little note when you buy something that it's you. I'll stick a little prize in there or something. Ah, yeah, I had no idea. I guess I should pay more attention with, I don't remember addresses and things. Oh, dear. Cat's back and telling me it's late. Now it's after 8. My store is called Rockford Trading Company. Rockford, like the Rockford, remember Rockford on TV, the detective? Rockford Trading Co., like all one word. Rockford Trading Co. That's just my name of my eBay store. And Poshmark's just Shirley's World, I think. You just keep thinking Rockford Files. Yeah, well, that's what it's from. It was actually it isn't from that. It sort of is on a, in the long way, but Rockford was the name of my first pointer dog. Was my husband's hunting dog. Rockford. He had one black eye, like a bandit. I don't know why we've thought of Rockford from that, but uh yeah, we named him Rockford something something. He had papers and he was a type of a hunting dog, a type of a pointer hunting dog. He was an English pointer, but a certain type of English pointer. And that's the one my husband wanted. So I got him as a tiny puppy. And that's what started me on owning English pointers, because the breed is a great breed. They don't have to be hunters because they're very active outside, but inside they're couch potatoes. But then I found out about the Pointer Rescue Organization, and that's who I worked with from then on. Because unfortunately, serious hunters that have pointers as hunting dogs, if they don't hunt, they are of no use to them. They put them in rescues or they put them in shelters. They just let them go. Yeah. They're of no use. Or if they're gun shy, they're of no use to them. So that's why there's a big pointer organization. All over the United States it is. And that's where I got the rest of my dogs from then on. Except for the one, of course, for the one, the big monk. What was he? I'll think of it in a minute. What's the biggest dog you can think of with the most fur? The biggest dog, that Saint Bernard, that's it. Yes, I had one Saint Bernard there in the middle of all these English pointers, because some terrible person had this Saint Bernard for this poor dog's life, almost 9 years, from a puppy. He grew up with little children, and when he got heartworm, because evidently he wasn't on heartworm medicine, and when he got heartworm, they didn't want to treat him, and so they took him to the shelter. After all that time spending with a family, and these are family dogs, they bond very, closely to their family, especially children. And she just walked in with him one day, gave him up, and that was it. And luckily, I found out about it immediately and took him. I had his heartworm taken care of. He went through the treatment, and he came through it fine. But he was in mourning he wouldn't eat for a month. I had to cook for him. I cooked chicken, boiled chicken. There's something called the tummy diet for dogs. It's boiled chicken, boiled white potatoes, boiled sweet potatoes, and you stick a leek in just the water for more flavoring. You don't give them the leek, the onion leek thing. And you just feed him the chicken and potatoes. And pretty soon he started to eat that. It was good for his stomach. And pretty soon he was just, he ate. He started eating, and then he went on to regular food. You think the same thing with beagles and hunting and gunshot. Yeah, any hunting dogs. If dogs to hunters that use dogs in hunting just for that sport, yeah, they're of most of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time, they're of no use to the hunter if they don't hunt, if they don't do what they're supposed to. And maybe that's why my husband wanted to get this particular, which didn't make it for sure anyway. He got this breed of, I wish I could remember the line. It's a certain line of an English pointer that was really, really a good hunter. We even put him in hunting school for a month at a time. And he trained with a really good trainer. He even went hunting. He would take his hunting dogs he'd have in training. He would take them down south on plantations, and they'd hunt these dogs. The serious hunters, like down south and out west, they usually hunt English pointers on horseback because they're so fast. So they usually have English pointers to point, and then they have certain other dogs to flush. Pointers aren't supposed to do anything but point. They're not supposed to go after the bird. They're supposed to just point the bird and hold the point. It's a whole thing. And then they have flushers. I can't really name the type of flushers. They're usually type of setters. And then they have the labs that go and retrieve, the retrievers, types of retrievers. There's several types, but I always had labs before, but we didn't have hunting labs. We just had labs, indoor house dog labs, because we just loved that breed too. You would adopt a greyhound, but nah, now is not a good time. Yes, greyhounds make wonderful pets. I'll let you know that. Greyhounds, you would think they would be hard to have in a house. They are excellent house dogs. In fact, they're supposed to be excellent apartment dogs. That's how quiet they are. Yeah. You see greyhounds hunting in this horrible race that they used to have. I did find out that they have pretty much banned greyhound racing in Florida, at least. I don't know if it's every place. I went to one of those races once when we were in Florida. It's the pointer sees a stuffy. Yeah. All my pointers would tear up their stuffies except for Penny. Penny will not hurt her stuffy. She has her babies. I'm surprised she hasn't taken my chicken off of this chair. You saw my chicken there sitting on the chair. I thought she'd steal it, but she hasn't. She hasn't touched it. She has her own stuffies. And Jolene just brought her a little a little round pumpkin, Halloween pumpkin for Halloween. Jolene brings her stuffies for every holiday. And usually homemade treats too. She makes her own homemade treats. Yeah, it's about that time. Yeah, I'm going to have to go. The cat is beside herself here. I'm so sorry that I was late coming on. I'm going to set Alexa to remind me about my 2 live appearances. This is terrible. Because I have such a good time on here with you guys. So I will have to go though. I will be back live on Sunday at 4 o'clock. That is my when I show you everything I sold all week. Uh, Penny says she's learned her lesson. Oh. Yeah, so have a good night, everyone. And I will see you. I'll be on tomorrow morning for a real short video as a ship with me. And I'll be back on Sunday at 4. So come back. See you then. Thank you, Bumblebee, for practically waking me up. I was in a daze watching a movie. All right, Jane. See you then. Bye.